everybody. What is up, chat? Welcome to the stream. How is everyone? Let's go live here as well on TikTok. Yan, para live din tayo dito. Alright, I see familiar names. What is up, Shantaru, Christian? Welcome to the stream. Alright, happy birthday by the way kay Mommy Cha. Is Mommy Cha here? Mommy Cha in the building. Happy birthday, Mommy Cha. Who else is here? I see a couple of you, chat. I'll be honest with you. I am feeling under the weather right now. I probably sound a little bit different. That's because yung akala nating allergies kagabi, sipon pala talaga. So, I am a little bit under the weather. I do feel somewhat sick. My only wish is sana hindi ito magtuloy-tuloy. Yeah, man. I feel like there's something going around. It's been raining a lot lately, diba? 25th birthday. How young! So much more to go in life, si Mommy Cha at 25 years old. My goodness. More birthdays to come for Mommy Cha. Happy birthday again, Mommy Cha. Yeah, Christian, si Shantaru nasa stream ngayon. Yeah, even Zach is down, chat. So Zach, I think got hit the most. Zach yesterday was really feeling bad, and today siya mas nakapag-recover. But yeah, today it's my turn. I feel kind of bad. I feel pretty sick. If not for the bio-flu running in my blood right now, I'm not so sure how well I'd be doing. So depending on how we feel, chat, we may or may not end the stream a little too early. But I'll still try to shoot for our standard stream. Ang worry ko lang is baka masyado nang sumakit yung throat. Yep. Yeah, Tito Carlos. No, I have hair! Yeah, but one day, well, here's the thing though, Chantal. If maabot nating lahat yung... If you look at this one, if you look at our haircut member goal, if maabot natin ang 220 members, that's a typo, it says 219 right now. By the end of the month, you can choose whatever haircut I will get for June. Oof, CJ pala tumakbo kahapon. Yeah, man. But yes, please consider becoming a member if... But ang bilis ni Barnes. Thank you, Barney. Chat, W's in the chat for Barney. My goodness. W's in the chat. Let's go. 155. Wild Barnes. Who got it? Wenzel, Godoit, CJ, ACJ, and Zenu. All got memberships. Care of Barnes. Ang pinakamaganda ng Benifam. Walang aangal. Pag pumasok si Barnes, matuwa na ang lahat. Dahil finally, naka-witness na naman tayo ng maganda. Thank you so much, Barnes, for the 5 gifted. That's why I also chose to wear glasses tonight, chat. Apart from the fact that I do wear glasses at times where I feel like may nagkaka-eye strain ako. I also wear glasses when I don't want you to see how droopy my eyes are. Because I am sick. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it anymore. See? Siyempre kapag sinabi... Ganun naman yun, diba? Kapag sinabi mong you're sick, kailangan sundutan mo kaagad ng proof. So in my case, I'm sick. Ganon. Tapos kapag kayo naman, kapag kausap nyo yung boss nyo, I'm sick po. Ganon. Para kailangan may proof ka agad. And yeah, we do have Babaw emotes. Babaw emotes are now live. You guys requested for it. So that was just made earlier. We removed some of our older emotes. And today we have Babaw emotes. Wait, Shantaro, you know that song? That song came out in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. Yun ba yung, I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of something. Hey, Pickle Cucumber!
Pagaling po kayo, Sir C. And hope everyone stays healthy as well. Also green for the light.
Let's go! Okay, green for the light. Pickled Cucumber, who are you? Green for the light. Let's rock. Okay, green for the... Who is Pickled Cucumber? Alright, I got you. Green for the light. Let's give you a nice green here. Let's give you a... There you go. Something... There you go. Yan. Magandang green. Yung hindi masakit sa mata na green. Let's rock. Thank you, Pickled Cucumber. Pickled okra? That has to be super slimy, Timinix. I'm sick. I'm sick of you. I'm out. I wish, Larry. I wish you could even say that. I don't think you could even say that in the Navy. If you said that in the Navy, baka itapon ka ng barko. Pickled malunggay? Come on. Oh, by the way, Shantaru. By the way, chat, if you guys didn't know, Shantaru is 13 years old right now. Turning 14, tama? Shantaru is turning 14 this year. Is that right, Shantaru? Turning 14 ka na? Yeah. Okay, so Shantaru, I'm not sure if you've heard, but about a month ago, nag-talk ako sa isang high school. And yung mga kausap ko in that talk, so I talked to 3 different classes. Yung talk ko sa school na yun, 12 to 18 years old. So, naalala kita. Iniisip ko na lang, okay, if I'm gonna talk to everybody, kailangan parang kailangan yung lingo nila or yung vibe nila, kailangan ko i-match para magkasundo kami. So yeah. Yeah, I just talked about being a creator, being a live streamer. Yun yung mga pinag-usapan ko. By the way, chat, Shantaru OG Benny Fam. Shantaru has been joining and dropping in the stream since Chantal was, if I am not mistaken, if Chantal is turning 9. So sabi ko, skibidi toilet. Ganun, yun lang yung sinabi ko the entire talk. Nagkaintindihan na kami. Skibidi toilet. Ano ba yung mga sinabi ko? Sharkadillo, crocodillo. That's it. I didn't even speak any English words. Nagkaintindihan na kami. Sharkadillo, crocodillo. Yeah. OG Shantaru has been there since the Shopee days. I can't do the Alden post because you're not even coming here. Bombardillo, crocodillo. I love that. What? How do you know that? Bombardillo, crocodillo. No, it's not. It's Bombardillo, sharkadillo. Shark yun, di ba? No. Bombardillo. It is. It is though. It is a Bombardino crocodillo. You're right. What's this? Chimpanzini bananini? Oh my god. There's one more that I really like. Yung mukhang paa. Yung paa na tree. Sino yun? Yung naglalakad lang siyang tree na paa. You guys know that, chat? If you don't, keep up. Patatim? Well, no, not patatim. That's patatim. What are you talking about? Pert patatim? Yan talaga yung lumabas, patatim. No, not this guy. Yeah, this guy! Him, I'm talking exactly about this guy.
Brr, patapim.
I wonder if any of that is actual Italian. Or is it just pure brain rot? I know, talo pa yung ilong ko eh, no? Yeah, we watched Italian brain rot last week, but we couldn't watch it for too long because na-ano siya eh. Nafa-flag siya ng YouTube. Let's watch this one though.
What are these weird animal memes that you keep seeing all over your feed, and what makes them Italian? No, these AI images do not originate from any movie, TV show, or video game, but rather from the rotten brains of us folks on the internet, specifically over on TikTok. In short, there were a few creators over on TikTok that used AI to merge images of animals and inanimate objects, and then they came up with silly names for these creatures using the Italian Adam text-to-speak voice. Some of the words used in these names are Italian, like for example, bombare means to bomb in Italian. However, other words are just kind of Italian-sounding words, like gusini, which is not how you say goose in Italian. Goose in Italian is actually oca. Regardless, many folks have found this trend to be very silly and have wanted to jump in, which has caused an explosion of many new characters. For example, here are some fan favorites. Bombadino crocodilo. Tralalero.
Bombadino crocodilo. Oh my gosh.
Tralala. Tun 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 sahur. Brr, brr. Patapim, Lilili Larila. This is my best attempt at saying the names. Now, if you would like to engage in this meme, all you have to do is pick your favorite character and defend online why you think that character would win in a fight against the other ones.
Yeah, if you find it cringe, it probably means you just aren't interested in it. But I'm not gonna lie, chat, it is super catchy. You guys wanna watch the music video? You remember the music video of this one? You guys want to watch it? I will risk getting flagged by the end of the stream, but that's okay. It's not like we're gonna get a strike for it. Para lang maka-catch up yung mga hindi nakakaalala nito. I like this, man. I feel like this is the direction we are moving to. For better or worse, this is new content creation. This is the modern century of creation. Yeah, you guys wanna watch it? Kawawa lang ba mga true artists? That is true, man. Like to an extent, I can't help but think about artists and how AI is usually trained on past work. At the same time, what do we want to do? We should get ahead of the curve, right? Create out of the tools that we have today. I'm in a position that I could speak freely about this because I don't feel nearly as threatened as graphic artists or designers or illustrators because I'm not under direct threat by AI. But if you think about it, chat, you can't stop this. There is no. I don't see anybody stopping this. I see us regulating this, but it's faster than we think, and it's gonna take over sooner than we think as well. Kaya we just have to ride this wave. Be smart about it. Be progressive, and as much as possible, embrace this kind of technology because it's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. It's too fast. I have, ChatGPT. Didn't ChatGPT only ChatGPT came out in 2022, right? Nah, it's impossible. It's impossible because to stop AI would mean to essentially stop every. I mean, here's the thing: stopping AI art or the creative part of AI or the illustration part of AI is nearly impossible because every other aspect of it has already been integrated into the businesses that we have today. Best we could do is regulate it. Yun talaga, like lobby it or support regulations for AI. Make sure that our governments push very progressive programs for it. I know for a fact that Adobe has been trying really, really hard to make sure that magkaroon ng metadata yung content that is produced out of their AI. So let's say on Photoshop, you use generative AI. For those of you who don't know, Photoshop has generative AI there you go, generative AI. What ends up happening is, I think when you export this image, Photoshop will imprint metadata here. And it's up to these big corporations to all agree with each other na ito yung gagawin nilang lahat para may iisang language na nagkakaintindihan lahat ng mga platforms na to na, hey, Photoshop put out something that's tagged with AI. Now, if I plug that into my Sony software will also recognize that. But at the same time, if I export that from my Sony software and probably upload it onto Facebook, because may metadata tagged since Photoshop, matatag din ng Photoshop ng Facebook yun as AI. The problem with that is, hindi pa nagkakasundo itong mga big corporations natin. Yung mga big corporations natin are also focused on dominating the AI industry themselves. So it's not yet in their interest na magtulungan muna for now. Gusto nila, mamonopolize nila lahat ng AI. So that's really where we're at right now. But I do hope that we regulate this and magkasundo talaga lahat ng mga AI overlords natin, or else it's gonna make or break society, man. Okay. Cool. I think may katuloy pa yung message ni MJ. Yun din, diba? That's why I agree. That's why more than ever, governments should really find a way to regulate this. It's just moving so fast. Imagine lobbying a law, by the time na ma-approve siya, nag-move on na yung AI. 2002 lang ang ChatGPT, ah. Ganong kabilis, chat. We went from the Will Smith AI images like 10 years ago to what we have now. We have Sora, right? Which is insane. And then yun pa, it's too late, right? It's not like you can take this back. But a lot of YouTube videos have also already been trained. I opted out of it, for the record. Did I? I don't even remember anymore. Pero if I'm not mistaken, yung TNC rin ng YouTube, if you create content there, you have an option to opt out. But that's before numerous different AI creepers or crawlers have been called out for it. Wala dating nagko-call out because there were no rules before. They took the risk. They took the risk of machine learning kasi wala namang rules dati. So even yan, what MJ is saying about artists being held hostage by Adobe, back then there were no rules for it. So whatever. But we didn't know how tough it would be. Hirap. Yeah. Generative AI, we also have text prompts. It's gonna be hard to stop, that's for sure. And again, it's gonna make or break the way we do things on the internet and in daily life as well. What's that? Perchance.org? If you know Angel Engine. Yeah, at the end of the day, humans will always... I'm with this thought, though. That at the end of the day, humans will always go for human-created content. Like, I don't think we will have a... I don't want to speak in absolutes because makamangyari ito one day, no? Tas I'll eat my own words. But hey... I don't think that we will ever want an AI version of a live streamer that we watch. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you watch your favorite streamers. Let's say it would be iShowSpeed. Let's say iShowSpeed suddenly one day decided, all right, I've done enough live streams. I will now create an AI version of my live streams, and from now on, yun na yung magla-live stream for me. It's gonna be different, far, far, far different, and we're always gonna crave for human-generated content, not necessarily by AI, maybe supplemented or helped or assisted by AI, but malayo pa yata tayo from consuming full AI content. What's up, Philip? Yung nakakatakot lang when you have something like this, the Italian brain rot, which is generally all produced by AI and then boosted by just human interest and yung kakulitan lang nila. You have something that's full-blown AI, loved by everybody. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looking at view, to what extent, right, MJ? To what extent are we going to that's my personal dilemma. To what extent are we going to fight and try to stop a freight train? And at what point are we going to ride with it? And possibly get to a destination where we all progress, because it makes sense why we think this way, lalo na kung creative ka, diba? And you feel like art is being stolen directly from you. But to what extent? To what extent do we see ourselves being the boomers we hated? To what extent do we see ourselves being the boomers who once said, dami mo alam, kaka-Google mo. Kaka-Google mo, ano ba yung Google na yan? Diba?
I do have many thoughts on AI but it would need an entire semester. Isang semester din naman din namin yang pinagdebatehan, haha.
Yeah, there's I don't know where that line is. I really don't. Like I wanna tell you, I wish I could tell you where that line is that separates us trying to be the old guard versus us being too accepting na ang dami ng ibang natatapakan. Because if you really want to look at it from a utilitarian, ethical point of view, there will be more people that benefit from AI than those that don't. And if you have that mindset, or if you have that frame looking into it, utilitarian perspective, meaning to say, for the greater good, pag mas maraming nakaka-benefit, ethically, that's the correct thing. There are many ethical frameworks. That's just one that I choose to see this with. At what point? Yeah, and it's never gonna be okay with me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna be okay with that. But it's also in text, by the way. It's also in ChatGPT. Right? Like it's not anymore a matter of art and art being stolen from artists with the likes of Sora and what else are the what's that again? DeepSeek. No, not DeepSeek. What are the image generative AI software? Nah, thank you. It's even in ChatGPT, because ChatGPT was trained on content too, right? It's trained on the internet. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tama si Gio. It's an entire conversation that in the end I feel like has to be regulated by those that have the power to do so. Yeah, I wish there was this way to for AI to trace back and give royalties to the art that that the art it produced was inspired by. You know what I mean? Like, let's say when you look at this generative AI, perhaps it's there are already 100 different artists inspired by this single image. So perhaps the way that the hair flew back this way was inspired by one artist, the depth of the eye or the way the eye was drawn by another artist, the beak by another artist, the propellers by another artist. And then, AI through 100 different inputs of machine learning came up with this image. I wish there was a way to reverse that and credit those artists. But it's tough. It's tough. I'm really all for this. It's just such a gray area right now. the data from ChatGPT was trained from free and public information. It isn't. It isn't. It isn't. AI art, text. There's a text-based AI also isn't trained on. It's trained on a lot. For sure, it's trained on a lot of journal articles that are also, by the way, paywalled. It's also paywalled, so that's also trained on stolen content. Who's to say, right? If let's say you train AI on 1 million different Wikipedia pages, who's to say that's not stolen, right? Because can you imagine the work that was put in? It's tough. That's why here is the great dilemma, right? Give me a second here. I found a meme here that I thought was very appropriate. Here is the great dilemma. Where are we gonna draw the line? I totally understand that AI is built on a lot of models that are essentially stealing from content online. Here. I found one that's crazy accurate in my opinion. Here. What happens then? What happens then, man? And I know AI art. As a creator, I'm very keen on how AI art has progressed. We went from Will Smith. Do you remember this AI? We went from this. Look at that, chat. We went from this. This is crazy, isn't it? Look at this. We went from this in 2023 to 2024. And we even came from... Yeah, I think it was that one. But there was one not too long ago even. Ito yata. Ain't this crazy? Also, we're not even touching upon AI that uses the likeness of people. To what extent do we not allow AI to use the likeness of other people, diba? Anywhere from celebrities to athletes to random people just caught on a candid Google image. Because AI is being trained across the board and it's too fast. Yeah. Majority, allegedly, and not allegedly, reportedly, majority of the things it's cancer public content. But I'm really with MJ when MJ says na a lot of this as well is on private content, right? Ano pa lang eh, wala pa yatang 1 month since I forget that I left the Discord group for that one, but 1 month pa lang ata since lumabas yung image generator AI most popular. Not Firefly. Midjourney. There you go. Midjourney. 1 month after Midjourney was released, sobrang daming criticism. Kasi napansin nila that a lot of its art was stolen by styles of past creators. Yeah, mahirap. So for us trainers, we really can't pick out of which are stolen and which are not. Because even that is vague on the internet, right? That is vague on the internet. You can't stop. It's, I don't know. Talagang kailangan natin ng maaayos na regulators. And the problem with that is our regulators are 70-year-old people who have no idea what's happening on the internet. Depends on the perspective. I genuinely don't think that at this point brain rot content or the likes of Italian brain rot are stolen content. I think at this point we're in a large gray area. You know what? What if we Google that? maybe you can get more input. Is Italian brain rot stolen content? I think we could or is it fair game? There you go. I think we're on this, right? AI generated content may raise copyright questions depending on the source material and how it's used. If the content is used without permission, it could be considered stolen content. Fair game for sharing and discussion. Here, let's see. Is it just me, or do Italian brain rot characters look like Chimera you would fight in Mother 3? This one's so cool. Absolutely, maybe that's part of why I like them so much. Nah, nobody's asking here. AI slop. That's one way to put it. AI slop. Yung Italian brain rot. Yeah, I agree. That's the dilemma I've been thinking of. Sobrang bilis mag-expand. You know, we're not yet even done talking about TikTok privacy issues. Diba? Wala pa, hindi ba? By the time we begin talking about ChatGPT issues, there have been like a million different kinds of things that have stemmed out from ChatGPT already. I don't know. Gray area, right? Big gray area right now. It's just funny to say the names and they have some made-up lore about them. It's just another form of humor that younger kids are enjoying and spread to media outlets such as TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Yeah. So right now, where I'm standing at, this is fair game. This is fair game. I get being an absolutist in this case. But I'm not on that side of the spectrum right now. Surreal art. Oh, you feel like this is what Italian brain rot is patterned by right now? You know what was really just to ride a bit on our discussion right now. Do you remember a few weeks ago when ChatGPT integrated itself with its image generating capabilities? 'Di ba kahit free na yung account mo, makakapaggawa ka pa rin ng images. Let's see. Not Firefly, was it DALL-E? Image generator of OpenAI. DALL-E, yeah, so it's DALL-E. Remember a few months ago, like at most a month ago, DALL-E was released and integrated into ChatGPT, and then you could generate images, and then the first thing people did was do Studio Ghibli style content, like this one more specifically, and then nagkaroon ng, if I'm not mistaken, nagkaroon ng wild clapback against this. You remember that? Na parang yung pinaghihirapan ng Studio Ghibli that takes them a year at most to produce a couple of frames, bigla na lang gagayahin lang ng AI in a second. So that was a big issue until I think somebody said that Studio Ghibli actually allowed, if not Studio Ghibli, Japan allowed for ChatGPT to be trained on it. Crazy, right? Surreal art animals. So yeah, my question is, where are we gonna draw the line? where are we gonna draw the line? Because this looks pretty good, and it's you could see how there is an inspiration here going on. Where are we gonna draw the line? Because if art, in the most general sense of it, is an idea of building on past work, building on previous inspiration, building on your inspiration, what's the difference if you do that on an exponential scale with AI? Yeah, it was not allowed by chat. No. Yung Studio Ghibli, if I'm not mistaken, nagkaroon ng outrage towards this. But I think either Japan or Studio Ghibli themselves allowed OpenAI to train, to be trained on this style. Tough topic. I see both sides for sure. Perchance.org. Wait, let me see what perchance is before I broadcast it. So on the one hand, you have creatives and creators churning out more content than ever, better content than ever with the help of AI. But on the other hand, you have checkers, right? Di ako makapunta sa perchance. You have checkers and you have people calling out the use of AI because of its ethical considerations. It has to be an ongoing conversation. You can't stop AI, but at the same time, you don't want AI to keep stealing, right? This is so good. What's up, Nix? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we're still back here. We're still back here, right? Let's go. Italian brain rot. Stolen content. There you go. Look at that. Wikipedia so fast. I'm willing to bet Wikipedia's also using AI already. Italian brain rot is a series of surrealist internet memes. There you go. Surrealism. Characterized by absurd photos of AI-generated creatures with pseudo-Italian names. The phenomenon quickly spread across social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, thanks to its combination of synthesized Italian voiceovers, grotesque, funny visuals, and nonsensical narrative. I'm sure there's like a part here that talks about nah. What? Brain rot is a real word now, chat. Brain rot was Oxford's word of the year in 2024 and refers to the deteriorating effect on one's mental health state when over-consuming trivial or unchallenging content online. Oh my gosh. Like, brain rot is just one of those words, right? That you just know the meaning of and can't necessarily explain what it means. But how did Oxford define it? Look at that. A school poster banning a list of words and phrases famously considered brain rot. Brain rot define Oxford. Supposed deterioration. There you go. Supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as a result of overconsumption of material considered to be trivial or unchallenging. I like it. I like it. You just know when something is brain rot. Tagal na ang brain rot, my happy tree friends. Yeah. I think just look at the older memes, right? Just look at the older memes. We just never had a word for it, I suppose. With brain rot. We just never had a word for brain rot. Or that experience where you just, overconsume 9gag memes. If you're a millennial, you would know what that is. Puro 9gag lang for like 3 hours straight. By the end of that, luto na yung utak mo, diba? Yeah. I think it's nice. I think, I don't know. I hate to fight against progression. Because for as long as it's netting us a positive direction, I'm willing to swallow the L's. Oh, brain rot was coined in 1854 book Walden by Henry David Thoreau. I think the word is here, right? Where is that? Brain rot. Maybe we have that here too. Walang history. There you go. According to Oxford University Press, the first recorded use of the term traces back to the 1854 book Walden by Henry Thoreau. Thoreau was criticizing what he saw as a decline in intellectual standards, with complex ideas being less highly regarded, and compared this to the 1840s potato rot. Potato rot. In online settings, it was used as early as 2004. In 2007, the term brain rot was used by Twitter users to describe dating game shows, video games, and hanging out online. Usage of the phrase increased online in the 2010s before rapidly increasing in popularity in 2020 on Discord when it became an internet meme. Yeah. I like it. I like it so much. Like, stuff like this, conversations like this, when internet culture just becomes culture, right? Like, wala na. Dati internet culture, di ba? Pero ngayon, naging culture na lang. In the same way, like how digital media was once digital media, now it's just media. Or digital marketing, now it's just marketing. I feel like with the way we have integrated ourselves into the internet, I like conversations like this. Google Trends. Brain rot. Let's see. Past 2004. Look at that. So yeah, first probably spotted in 2004 ang brain rot. Look at that, chat. Spotted in 2004, but did not surge in popularity until very, very recently. Look at that. Look at how for the longest time, ganyan lang siya. And then boom! Brain rot. I don't think we're denying that it wasn't used before, or that it wasn't. I just think that it's not as widely used. All right, we can continue debating and say, it was first used in 1854. It was used in The Simpsons. It was used in 2004. But the point is, brain rot is now a mainstream word, such that it's now also included in the Oxford Dictionary. This is nuts. Can you imagine? Do you guys remember when selfie became a real word? Galing, no? How culture works. I'm not sure if group fee ever made it. I don't think group fee ever caught on. Selfie just, became the word for solo photos as well as group photos. Because I think they tried to push group fee out there. Pero selfie nanatiling nasa taas. When was that included in the dictionary? When was selfie included in the dictionary? 2013, chat. You remember this? Grabe, no? What's this? Sabi ni Lars? The word is intuitive. Yeah. What's 420 memes or Gen Z? And mill brain rot. What do you mean by this? Yeah, man. Hi, Steffi. Come over here. Kardashian era ba ang selfie? Yeah, I feel like this was peak Kardashian era. Di natin mapipigilan si AI. The OG. The OG AI. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I completely recognize the predicament that we are in when we are dealing with AI, especially because it's so fast. ChatGPT is not even half a decade old, and yet dami nang nangyari. Wasn't it that, I'm not sure if it was this year, but for the first time ever, Google officially reported that for the first time in their company's history, bumaba ang Google searches. I wonder if we could find that article. Google searches go down for the first time. Here you go. Maybe not the best website. Google search market share drops below 90% for the first time since 2015. Crazy, right? Wait. Maybe we could look at a more reputable place. There you go. This is a good take too. Considering that Google is also a place where websites that rise to the top are extremely SEO engineered. Meaning to say, chat, kunyari may website ka, and then meron kang SEO marketer or sobrang galing na SEO operator sa website mo, ang pwede nilang gawin, optimize your website in such a way na lalabas siya as number 1 in the Google search. Essentially, na-hack na siya into finding its way into the first page of the Google search. So marami ring galit dun. But also at the same time, because of this, you know how these days when you Google something, okay, let's say I Google Italian brain rot. How about something else? Brain rot. There you go. So you know how when you Google something these days, nagkakaroon na ng AI overview. And so what tends to happen is people just read the AI overview. And then they no longer go to the websites. You know, boom, 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 boom. So Google itself, the big dilemma right now, Google itself is killing clicks on websites. Diba? So now you no longer click on these websites even though they appear on page 1. So SEO, I'm not sure anymore kung gaano pa ka far-reaching yung mga ano niya, yung influence niya. But this is a crazy time to be alive in right now. Okay, Steffi. No problem. No problem, Steffi. No, don't forget to say thank you. Don't forget to say thank you kapag nagpapaalam kayo sa ChatGPT at kapag may tinatanong kayo. Kasi kung hindi kayo nag-thank you, aalahanin niya 100 years from now, lahat ng mga taong nag-thank you. At kung hindi ka isa sa mga yun, you will get incinerated into dust. Into human dust. And hindi kayo papayagan maging slave man lang. Yeah, don't forget to say thank you to ChatGPT, chat. Yeah, so final takes from this. Final takes from this would probably be to be very wary of the content that we consume that's generated by AI, and also marry the fact that it cannot be stopped. So whatever that sweet spot is for you, for as long as you're very aware of both sides of the coin or both sides of the spectrum, I think you will be able to traverse this with prudence and enough vigilance naman. Final takes, chat. Final takes for AI before we move on. MJ, Riza, final takes. Crazy, man. In the same year, millennial Australian Senator Fatima Payman made headlines by making a short speech to the Australian Parliament using Generation Alpha slang. Gen Alpha did come up with Skibidi, right? Here's the thing. For AI, kung puro ganyan lang tayo, mauuwi lang sa sinapit ng Pinas. What do you mean? Anong sinapit ng Pinas? Tung 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 sahur. I love AI, man. I wish I had more mental clarity right now to create good analogies to what AI is and how dangerous it could be, but also social media, there you go, of its potential to be great. Right. Yeah, that's the big responsibility that we all have. I agree with this one. Now, as long as for every step of the way, meron tayong call outs. I think more or less, like, we don't get comfortable with it. I think we're gonna be able to make it out of this alive. Never with AI art. Just choose AI wisely and good thing. Be a better human every day. Maybe because we didn't have regulations on it. You know what I mean? And by the time we actually put regulations on it, hinayaan na lang na, too late na. The companies already made their profits. A good thing to think about here would be when Apple shifted from Lightning to USB-C because they were forced by the European government to do so. But that's just too late now, right? The Lightning cable first came out pre-2010. By the time na na-force silang gawing USB-C yun, they're all cool with it. They made a profit over it already. Because we have to make we have to make noise often enough that regulators take notice, because regulators are going to be motivated by serving their constituents or yung sigaw ng bayan. So if you don't make enough noise, regulators aren't going to be incentivized to create rules over it. Because we can talk about it however much we want, but at the end of the day, I do feel like we're shouting into a void. That's a good way of putting it. That's an idealistic way of putting it. There's this creator who went all AI. Di ko na maalala eh. Creator who went AI. Nah. There you go, Kwebbelkop. Kwebbelkop. You guys remember Kwebbelkop? I don't because I never consumed him. Alam ko lang yung news surrounding him. But Kwebbelkop chat is now purely AI kung di ako nagkakamali. I don't know which of his content is AI, which of it is real.
Today, my friend Jilly and I are testing every YouTuber product.
Is Kwebbelkop still AI? I think... Does he have a wiki? Here. It's not in English. Kung di ako nagkakamali, he went all AI. Like, the content that you're watching right now isn't real. It isn't him anymore. It's all generated by AI. I just don't know when he started to do that. When AI. Creator of the most viewed AI influencer. Yeah, sa alam ko, he went all AI already. I just don't know when. What's up, Abyss? Oh, nice. You could hear more, no? Kung naka-earphones. Yeah. I remember that. Kwebbelkop fell off. Ever since he went all AI, huh? Yeah. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, I never consumed his content. Tas nawala. Ang alam ko, nahirapan siya mag-keep na momentum ever since AI produced na yung content niya. My eyes are getting sore. Hi, RC. Ano mga tinatanong mo kay ChatGPT, Chin? Wait, where are we again? What are we gonna do tonight? We're supposed to be patay na punta sa brain rot. Hold up. Wow, that was a long conversation. I think that started when I told Chantal na kinausap ko yung high schoolers in AI lingo. Hold on. Okay, yeah, petty revenge. That's what we're gonna be doing. Petty revenge. What's up, Escrality? Yeah. May sakit tayo. Apparently, a few of us are all sick. Siguro from the past few days na umuulan. Yeah, it was a long discussion. I like it though. I like it. I'm gonna consider postponing viewing Bombardilo Crocodilo for now. Hey RV, welcome to the stream. We just finished talking about having a lengthy discussion about AI. Let's look at some petty revenge videos. Kailangan mo na ba matulog, Miss Langley? No. Oh, all day. Oh, this guy's already thinking ahead, chat. Tinan niyo sabi ni Vigo. In today's Unang Hirit live interview with Pasig winner Vico Soto, he wants to develop new leaders in this country. Low-key speaking to the youth as the new generation of this country's leaders. Ang dami daw magagaling na leader ang bansang ito pero hindi nabibigyan ng opportunity dahil ang mga makinarya at ang mga nasa pwesto lamang ang paulit-ulit na nahahalal tuwing eleksyon. Truth. You think this is real, Chad? Executive roles fit him well. It's a DILG our secretarial roles, executive roles. Kaya secretary ka ng isang department, executive role ba yun? I suppose, right? Because you're appointed by the president. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway. Parang nawawala na yata yung effects ng bioflu ngayon. I'm so confused. Oh, top 1 and top 2 of the senatorial race of 2025, 11 years ago. Goodness. 11 years ago. This is crazy. Tagal na palang gusto ni Bongo ng picture-picture, no? Sobrang hilig niya talaga ever since yung nakikipag-picture. Siya yung friend mo na, uy, picture tayo bago tayo umalis. Uy, nice seeing you. Kumusta? Ito, nagmamadali ako. Meron akong dental appointment. Hindi, sige. Picture muna tayo bago ka umalis. He's that guy. Yung sobrang hilig lang makapag-picture, no? He loves taking pictures. So many. Ever since 2014. Ooh. How do Philippine politicians actually hide the billions they steal? Ooh. This has always made me curious. We all know corruption here isn't just a few million pesos. We're talking billions. But how do they actually hide it? Like, where does that money go? If you work in finance, government, auditing, or just know people who know things, drop some tea here. Even if it's just chismis or a story you heard at a family gathering. Anything that shows how it's done in real life. Not trying to point fingers at anyone specific. Just curious how the system actually works behind the scenes. Okay, I'll tell you. I have 3 guesses here. 1, you try to hide it. You try to launder the money in construction or infrastructure. 2, you can launder it through the casino. 3, you can launder it through the highly illiquid stock market. Which is a contradiction because kung illiquid yung stock market, may hirapan ka mag-launder ng pera. But you get the idea. Okay, so that's my take. There you go. Usually funneled through ghost projects, overpriced contracts, shell NGOs, laundered via real estate, offshore accounts, or even casinos. The core reports catch some of it, but most of the big fish are protected by layers of dummy corporations and loyal middlemen. Yo. I ran an NGO. A prominent in-power politician needed to clean money and offered to make a massive donation, but 80% had to go back to him. I offered this story to ABS-CBN. An editor there begged me not to pursue the story. He was right. I now know they can censor those of us who speak out. Damn. This is crazy. Can you imagine offering 80%? That's nuts, man. The editor may have saved your life, but still. Alright, let's do it. Petty revenge time, chat. Oh. Petty revenge 4.7 million. Well, I thought these are all videos. Let's look at the top. Top for the year. For a second, akala ko puro video to. Wait, are you gonna make barbecue? Alright, wanna try to take 9... We will take 20 feet of yours. Pass. Cab driver rips me to shreds, thinking I can't understand him, but I can. Alright, let's see. I like this one. Pretty long read. Okay. Cab driver rips me to shreds, thinking I can't understand him, but I can. Obligatory. This happened several years ago, a few months after I had moved to Chicago. I'd moved there from Romania, where I'd been living and going to school. Love Romania. People are great. Drop what you're doing and visit. Anyway, while I was there, due to my living situation, I had to learn the language fast and thoroughly. Not many people around me spoke English outside of the uni I was at. So fast forward to the few months after I arrived in Chicago. Imagine my surprise when the driver of the Uber I had ordered appeared to have a Romanian name. The area had a lot of Eastern Europeans, so I guess it shouldn't have been so surprising. I was really excited to talk to him and make sure I wasn't getting rusty, maybe even make a friend. Up pulls the guy, I get in, he greets me, but he appears to be on the phone with a buddy or family member, so I just sit quietly in the back listening in a bit. The person on the other end asks if the driver is getting off work soon. He responded with something like the following. No, I still have a few hours left and I'll go home. Right now, I have someone in the car. God, I hate this country. The women here are so fat and ugly. At least this one has a nice chest. But why can't she lose some weight? The heck? And he goes on and on about all the problems with me and other American women. Now, I've always been a bit on the chunky side. And you best believe the Romanians love to comment on it, so I was used to it. But I was a bit shocked that this guy was going off like that. Wow. Anyway, I'm just kind of bemused in the back seat as we near my destination. Then I tell him in Romanian, with all my might trying to pull off the distinct accent of the region I have been living in. Can you just pull over there on the right? I swear this guy's head did the Exorcist girl head move and turned a shade of red I have seen somewhere else in nature. He didn't say anything, just pulled over. When I got out, I said thanks and added, "You're not attractive and you're also fat, so maybe you shouldn't make comments like that." I've never again reached such levels of self-pride. Wow! Imagine, hey RC. Imagine, this gives me strong Sam Milby first entering the PBB house all the way back in the 2000s when Sam Milby was instructed to pretend like he didn't understand Filipino at all. All the way back then, man. Not much to say there. I wish there was a video. Kasi nahirapan na ako magsalita ng onte eh. Let's see. Let's find something shorter. MIL kept guilt-tripping me for not eating her Indian cooking. So I started bringing my own dishes and giving her the same treatment. Now she's suddenly not hungry too. Hey, this is not too long. G. MIL mother-in-law kept guilt-tripping me for not eating her Indian cooking. So I started bringing my own dishes and giving her the same treatment. Now she's suddenly not hungry too. My Indian MIL thinks that she is the best cook in the world and that everyone, including her son and daughter-in-law, should beg for her cooking. Well, culturally, I'm not used to a lot of Indian food because of the spices, but I will try to eat the ones I can enjoy. A lot of times, I'll politely tell her I am not hungry or I'll munch on some, but sometimes it's not good enough response. So she'll start guilt-tripping me with, "So, you don't like my cooking?" Or, "Everyone loves my food, why don't you?" My SO usually will jump in to stop her, but it always puts me in a weird spot since on day one of meeting me, she told me point blank that she doesn't like Chinese food. I'm Chinese, and it kind of threw me off because there are so many varieties of Chinese food, and for her to just say she hates the entire category seems odd to me. So, I recently started bringing food I made whenever visiting her, and telling her how excited I am to cook for her and that I hope she likes my cooking. She usually brushes it off, saying she's not hungry or that she'll eat it later. I turn the tables on her, looking sad and asking why she doesn't like my cooking. It's very entertaining to watch her try to make excuses she knows are BS. She hasn't asked me to eat her stuff since, so I guess this petty revenge is working. I like it. Very petty. Reddit stories? My Reddit stories? Like short videos? Yeah, a little mid. Talaga? Kapag sinabihan, I don't like Chinese food. Aw, that's not petty revenge. That's revenge. Let's look through some memes and links. How about that? Para mas madali, mas easygoing muna for now. Because I'm mouth breathing already, chat, and it's hurting me. Okay. Drop some memes you may have seen earlier, some videos too. Let's check it out. Let's check out some memes and links right now. What is Static Kiss? Oh, that hurt, bro. Bro, that hurt. I would never.
Bass gets bumping up in the club. Pour another shot and show me some love. I wanna get the party going. Ladies to the front. Now let me see you shake it and turn the music up. When the bass gets bumping up in the club.
I'm confused. What was supposed to happen here? What was supposed to happen here? Please tell me you've seen the original. No, I haven't. I haven't seen the original. Nice. Buck with this one, man. Outrageous. So this is New Zealand's Senatoriables. Wow. So I'm confused. Ano to? Parang pinaglaruan lang siya ng friend niya? Na iniwan lang siya? Like hindi tumuloy? Tapos pin-rank? Pagdating sa baba, hindi pala siya bababa? Is that it?
Up in the club. Pour another shot and show me some love. I wanna get the party going. Ladies to the front. Now let me see you shake it and turn the music.
I'm really confused by this one. Barnes, are you familiar with this one? Akala niya susunod ayon. Okay. Nakaasar lang. This one sent by Stein.
Google still continues to pay Apple $20 billion a year to be the default search engine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know this, chat. I heard of this in the podcast itself.
Safari. What if they didn't? What would Apple do? Would iPhone users be cool with oh, I just like typed in the search box to Google something and this other search engine came up.
I don't think they'd care.
Really?
I really don't.
I think there would be a lot of memes if it was Bing tomorrow.
Bing has a lot of negative connotations for everybody.
I think the biggest thing is if we're talking just like average person who has a phone, how many of them would know how to change the default search engine? They might literally be stuck.
A lot of people still buy Microsoft computers and they open up Edge to download Chrome.
Apple could spin up a search engine and would have to announce it and explain it at some point, and they could launch it and do a whole thing. My point is, I think it would continue to be Google for quite a while.
That's nuts. Chad, did you hear the first few sentences of this video? Let me repeat this for you.
Still continues to pay.
Google still continues to pay
Apple $20 billion a year to be the default search engine in Safari. What?
$20 billion a year just for that. That's nuts, man. All right, let's move on. That one was a good one by Stein.
Are you feeling dead inside? That's a sign that you need more material.
All right, ito yung pinadala ni Tesay kagabi.
If may gusto kayong bilhin.
Okay, ito naman yung pinadala kagabi ni Lost One. I'm not sure if we could watch this on stream, but let's try. The Notebook 2 with Ryan Reynolds and Conan.
I'm here with a young actor just getting his start.
Yeah.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
It's Ryan Rodney Reynolds, which is a name that sounds like someone forgot my name.
Yes, exactly. Well, we are going to recreate a scene from the movie The Notebook, which is both of our favorite movie.
True.
Not so popular with women, but this is a men's flick. It's going to be fantastic. And this is going on too long, but that's where the awkwardness comes in.
Yep.
And
just ride that wave until we get to the next wave, which is also awkward.
Yeah. And still awkward.
Yep.
Too long.
There we are.
Way too long.
Ooh. It's right there. It's right.
And fade away.
Yep.
I know Reese is a huge fan of Conan.
Oh, yes. In the movie, he just like comes in and kisses her. This will be my most confusing erection of the day. I promise you.
The third.
Yeah. In the movie part, that's a still.
Me? Why?
Yeah.
Why didn't you write me?
Why? Yeah.
Someone needs to be off camera giving me lines because I'm really late stage Reagan. Just that first line.
Okay, I got it.
All right, let's turn the rain on. Freezing water today, or what do we have?
It's Cristal.
Oh.
No expense.
I only use that for enemas, but all right, that's fine.
This is your post-enema Cristal.
Champagne enema.
Get wetter.
Let's go!
Action on Conan. Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years. And now it's too late. It wasn't over for me. Still isn't over for me. Nuts again! Page 6. I think we got it, right?
All right, we're done.
Yeah, I had to forward that for a bit because TikTok might catch it. Yeah, that's funny. That lasted way longer, by the way. I forwarded that. But that was like a 20-second kiss. Such funny actors.
It wasn't only the fact that she was beautiful. There was something else. Something sort of mysterious. I didn't have a name for it, but it always kept me wanting her. And then she left in the middle of the semester.
That's so cool.
It wasn't only...
Who posted that? Tesay? Everyone in their own world. That's so true. Was that word? Philip knows this word. The word where you're observing other people who have a very unique life with the same set of problems, success stories, failures as you, except you're just observing them. Ano yun? Ano yung word na yun? Let's see if I could ask my best friend or if maunahan nyo ako, chat. What's that word I'm looking for? Word. I'm looking for a word. It's described as that moment or feeling where you are observing people, other people, who of a who have just as much as a unique experience as yours with problems and successes. What's that word? Sonder, chat. The realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and as complex as your own, populated with their own ambitions, friends, routines, worries, and inherited craziness. An epic story that continues invisibly around you like an anthill sprawling deep underground, with elaborate passageways to thousands of other lives that you'll never know existed. Sonder is the word that I get reminded of with this video. Can you imagine? Just so many different people.
There was something else. Something sort of mysterious.
What's up,
I didn't
Yale?
have a name for it, but it always kept me wanting her. And then she left.
That's so funny, Riza. I wish, man. I wish. I forget the caption to this photo. Like I mentioned, ayan na nga, na-flag tayo ng TikTok. Relive lang tayo sa TikTok. There you go. Relive tayo. Yeah. Imagine. Ito di ko na-gets to. Ba't may plastic coins? Kasi fake lahat ng pera. Pati ito mukhang fake yung pera. Pero hindi ko gets. Ano yung meme? Yun na yun? Na play money lang lahat to? That one got me a bit confused. Yeah. Anybody catch this one? Yung 10-minute brownout during DOE. So during the Department of Energy conference, I think this guy, yung secretary ng DOE, sabi niya, we have enough energy to supply Metro Manila. Don't worry. And then nawalan ng kuryente for 10 minutes. My take, I think it was completely intentional. Somebody was trying to troll him. Somebody was trying to troll him because may galit. What's up, Nua? Move on over to YouTube. My username is CI Benipayo. Come over here. Wait, where is that? Department of Energy brownout. There. Power outage hits Energy Chief's press conference. I feel like that was intentional. Sudden power interruption occurred in the middle of a press conference led by Energy Secretary Rafael Lotilla. Lotilla explained that the brownout was localized in the building, adding that maybe it's because our connections cannot take simultaneously all of your equipment. Yeah. The irony, right? What? Marcoleta Meralco? Pambayad sa Meralco? What does that even mean? VAT? VAT sa Meralco dapat nang alisin? Is that it? Let's see. VAT sa Meralco dapat alisin?
Pilipinas na ang may pinakamataas na singil sa kuryente sa buong Asya. Pero yung nasa pwesto, nagpapalamig sa aircon ng opisina habang tayo nagtitipid ng ilaw at Pilipinas na.
No, this is March 22. I don't think this is it. Marcoleta. Meralco. I don't even get the proposition. Tatanggalin yung VAT? Tatanggalin yung ayuda? At ipapambayad sa Meralco? That's not it. I can't find it. Anyway, this is another video you guys sent in. This one's from Dino. So yun, tatanggalin yung tax na nakapatong sa Meralco rates. Please, please, please. Cheaper electricity. What's this? First fault movement ever caught on video. Ooh. Yo!
Newly surfaced CCTV footage from the devastating Myanmar earthquake has captured a fault line moving for the first time ever. The video shows a sudden horizontal ground shift, evidence of a strike slip fault. In this case, Myanmar's 750-mile-long Sagaing Fault ruptured near the surface.
Yeah, I know Myanmar experienced a huge earthquake, right? Very recently. March 28 pala of this year. 7.7 earthquake. That's funny. Is this for real? Alright, let's go back here for a sec. Ito raw. Oh, this was all the way back in 2022. So wala na. Okay, so let's think here for a sec. With the monthly... Okay. What? Tanggal ang VAT. Okay. So this makes some sense. Tanggal ang VAT sa mga residential households with a monthly consumption of 200 kilowatt hours and less. Is that a lot, chat? Sabi ni Yel, para may ginagawa siya sa kulungan. Is 200 kilowatt hours a lot or not at all? This might actually be beneficial for households that are small enough to be consuming this amount of power or less. Yeah, I'm trying to think kung sino ang makikinabang dito. Huh. What do you think, Chad? I'm trying to see if there's like there's gonna be a negative effect here. Parang wala naman, no? So essentially households. So 12.26 times 200, right? So for households na I guess more or less 2.5 or less kinikita. I mean, 2.5 or less ang Meralco bill, hindi na iba-VAT yung bill nila. Tama ba? Okay, so basically, again, going back, if you do the quick math, kung 12.26 per kilowatt hour, tapos 200 kilowatt hours ang tax exemption, makikinabang dito, more or less, yung mga may bill na 2.5 ngayon, right? Won't be. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. With a total monthly consumption of 200 kilowatt hours and less. Hindi, 200 and less. Hindi, yeah. So yeah, I think this is good. I don't see how this could be kumbaga, it's not one of those issues where large corpos or big corpo just finds another way to transfer their losses. I think this is actually good. Bad for stockholders of Meralco. But I think this might be good, right? I'm for this. This sounds like a good idea. What do you think? Who brought this up? I think who brought this up, Chad? I think it was Larry saw the link. What do you think about it, Larry? Riza too saw it. What do you guys think? You think there's a way this will be weaponized? Parang wala naman, no? Plot twist, tataasan nila yung rate. Pero sa taas ng kuryente ngayon, pag gaano karaming tao ang magbe-benefit, I suppose there still will be some. Like how many? Yeah, that's a good idea, right? Okay. How many households? That's a good question. $27 million Filipinos ang ayuda. 12%. Wait, by the way, chat, please take this with a grain of salt. This is all information that we're viewing on the internet, okay? This is not verified information. It's not fact. Even these numbers could be wrong. I think it's good. Reading this right now, I think it makes sense. But again, Chad, I'm not a politician, man. Okay, please don't get twisted. We like talking about politics, but I know zero things about politics. Yapper lang tayo. Reklamador lang tayo pagdating sa politics. Okay. So current ayuda, 194 billion per year is allocated for ayuda, intended for 27 million Filipinos. Not everyone gets it. Distribution is messy, delayed, or even politicized. Kuryente, 110 billion kilowatt hours per year. At 10 pesos per kilowatt hour, that's 1.1 trillion in payments. Add 12% VAT, and the government collects 120 billion in taxes from the same 27 million people. Wait. Something's missing here. We consume 110 billion kilowatt hours per year. That's 1.1 trillion in payments. Add 12% VAT, and the government collects 120 billion in taxes from the same 27 million people. What 27 million people are we talking about? Do you mean to say 27? Nah, something's amiss. Parang may mali. Parang may kulang. Parang nag-jump into conclusions dito. Unless we're missing something in the breakdown. Because here it assumes that 27 million people consume 110 billion kilowatt hours. May kulang eh. May kulang. Look, may kulang. 110 billion kilowatt hours per year. So you think 27 million people consume 110 billion kilowatt hours? Or lahat na ng Pilipino to? This one is a little vague. Parang nag-jump dito sa conclusion. There's something missing here. This one is clear, right? Yeah. This assumes that the 27 million here are the same 27 million people consuming 200 kilowatt hours or less. That's the assumption, right? So it should follow that if you divide 110 billion by 27 million, you'll get about 200. Is that good to assume? 110 billion divided by 27 million. The math is not mathing. The math is not mathing. 110 billion kilowatt hours, baka lahat na ng Pilipino yun. 'Di ba? So, may kulang dito. Okay, what's happening, Gio? Break it down. Break it down for my streamer mind, man. Yeah, yeah. May amiss lang eh, no? May kulang. Oh, 194 billion. Ayuda. That part's clear. I don't know, man. I truly feel something's amiss. For them to cancel, because the premise is this, right? Don't forget na kasama to, 200 kilowatt hours and less. Parang hindi, Riza. Oo nga, ito nga ako may sakit, nagmamath tayo eh. Yeah, yo, what's up, Riza? We see it. Yun yung kulang. Yun yung kulang, di ba? Yeah, gets yun. Yun gets yun. Na problematic ang ayuda kasi 194 billion ang gastos ng government for it. Pero hindi lahat nakakatanggap. Magulo rin yung distribution. May delay. It's even politicized. What I'm talking about is the math here. It doesn't make sense. Sinasabi niya we consume 110 billion kilowatt hours per year, right? Pero sinasabi niya yung 120 billion pesos na yun ang nagbabayad yung 27 million people. Yeah, I get it. Just the math is off here. The math is really off here, and it could mislead people to think na we're pitting 194 versus 120 billion. Gets ba? And so people might think, oo nga, dapat yung 120 billion na lang, wag na lang bayaran. Direkta pa mapupunta sa tao yun. But that again assumes that the 120 billion in taxes is paid by the 27 million people, which is not the case. Right? Yeah, it's not the case. Parang ano, it's gonna make it seem like we're saving so much bigger than it is. The math isn't mathing, man. Yeah, you know, what if you just remove the 12% VAT on electricity? Yeah, sure. 120 billion pesos will be saved. But that means tinanggal mo yung VAT sa lahat ng nagbabayad ng kuryente. Hindi sa 200 kilowatt hours and less. Okay? But I get it, right? It should be marketed differently. It should be marketed differently. Because this is already a good message. Pero if you confuse people with math, especially, ayan, mga allergic sa math or ayaw lang makinig, and then they'll just listen to the numbers, it's gonna be wrong, man. Yup. Ito talagang literal, tatanggalin na lang yung 12% VAT. Okay. Then this makes sense. Okay, so I was operating under the assumption na ito, na 200 kilowatt hours and less, wala ng VAT, and this one are the same. Pero kung ganito ka straightforward, na tatanggalin lang ang VAT sa lahat ng mga Pilipino pagdating sa kuryente, then G, makes sense. $100% makes sense then. Now, no problem. Yeah. I like it then. I like it. I mean, I would definitely appreciate it kung mabawasan ng VAT ang kuryente ng lahat ng tao. Yup, that's true, Gio. Imagine, we're already spending more than what we're earning as a nation. So kapag nagtanggal ka pa ng 120 billion in government revenue, that's gonna be a big one. Yeah. All right. Let's move on, chat. But overall, I like it. This one I like even more. So I feel, Gio, if you're saying na dapat hindi one fell swoop, I think this could be a good start, right? I think this could be a good start. Para hindi biglaan na lahat tatanggalan ng VAT yung kuryente. Simulan natin dito muna. Yung pinakamakikinabang. 'Di ba? Yung pinakamakikinabang, the ones who do not consume the most electricity. Right? All right. Let's move on.
nyo na, pangatlong laban ko na. Subukan nyo naman ako, si Nongnong Bautista. Sige na please naman, sa balota malkahan. Number 3, si Nongnong Bautista.
I'm so confused. Yo, no. Would you still eat this, chat? Would you take a chance? Would you take a chance, or are you gonna believe in science and believe na dahil tempered yung glass, wala namang nahulog na pieces? Oh, Final Destination reference ba to? Let's go, F1 movie. I did not see that coming at all. At all. To be fair, this works. Pwede naman. Pwede naman. Sabi ni Bok, burger pero lengthwise. Pwede naman. Basta tama lang yung presyo, di ba? Parang pwede naman. Nong, come over here to YouTube. Wow! Bigatin sa pulutan, pre! This would be the nastiest puke. Yeah, I have bills. Parang maganda rin yung special effects. Has a lot of Marvel influence on it for sure. From brain rot to politics and now cursed images, 100% Lars. You know we talk about everything here. Wait. May difference ba? May difference ba ang Philippine politics and brain rot? Last I checked, it's the same thing. Hindi mananalo yan si Bam. Dalawang ulo ko, papaputol ko kapag nanalo yan. Huwag niyong burahin itong comment ko hanggang May 15. May nananalo na nun. Kapag natalo ito, mananapal ako ng 10 dilawan. Hatag niyo mga piskinyo. Okay, you're done. You're done for, bro. You're done for. You're good. Pete Lagrimas. The internet never forgets. The monarch of Vista Mall has been defeated.
Isaacs and Filipino phrases, and this was possible because of Visa. Thanks, guys. So let's test them out if they still remember.
Marty, of course you remember.
Where?
Oo na, game na.
Okay, what do you say when you bump into a friend?
Oi, kamusta lads?
What do you say when the race is outside Asia?
Puyat na naman.
What do you say when someone's being too furious?
I sofa or A?
What do you say when you score points?
Sumakses deserve.
And lastly, what do you say to your Filipino fans?
Mahan namin kayo.
I think that's something F1 people would appreciate. Mahal namin kayo.
Have you seen the video of a food creator on here who was just minding her business, posting a food review, and then in the background is a couple, and in her comments is someone saying, "Hey, that's my husband. Thanks for catching him cheating for me." So this is the food creator, Mori Food Babe, or Food Bae. If I butchered that, I'm so sorry. I eat out a lot. This is her video down here, right below me. where she catches the couple, or catches the guy, it sounds like, cheating. This person says, oh, I spot some cheaters that say they ain't cheating on their partners. Appreciate the captures. And she says, I beg your finest pardon. Ain't no way. And then this person says, yes, he's my husband. He told me that nothing is going on between them. Thank you for this video. That is pure evidence. This person, stay strong, my girl. Oh my God. And then she's got to know her too, because here it is. Thank you for capturing the cheating couple at the back. And Angelica's spot on, girl. We are nosy on TikTok. Y'all doing us grimy because we need the tea. And I went ahead and did a screenshot strategically to get them both in this. This is the alleged, I'm assuming this is the only couple I saw in the video. So I am assuming it is these two people that are the ones that are being caught. But I'm sorry, can you imagine just scrolling and seeing someone's video and being like, wait, I know that guy. That's my husband. And then you see a girl that you were suspicious of pop up out of nowhere. Woo!
Yeah, no. Like, it would be nice if it was true, right? But come on, chat. It's the internet. It's the internet. I guess you're gonna have to watch the video itself, but come on, it's the internet. It's not real. Would be nice if it was real. Would make for a really good story. But nah. Nah. Unless we get the follow-up. Right? Can't be real.
Is, and I mentioned this during the campaign before, how unjust and how unacceptable that we will together win this for our people. We have 56 days to go, but I believe if people themselves start moving, mobilizing, pagtaong bayan na tumataya, tumitindig, kumikilos, nakikibahagi.
Chat. Sobrang love trip nito. Ano to? Stickman? Stickman sales just went up.
Ipapanalo natin ito. Sama-sama na natin panalunin ito para sa ating mga kababayan. Magandang araw.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I like na dinadog show siya. I know. Stonks just went up. Here, this is from Larry. Camera footage of the explosive eruption at Canlaon. 3 days ago only. Oh, let's go, chat. Oo nga pala. Meron tayong super chat. Thank you so much, BLs, for that. W in the chat for BLs. Chat, let's make this a Poppin' Friday. If hindi pa kayo member, please consider becoming a member. Really one of the best ways to support the stream. Currently standing at 155 members. Tama ba? 116 na dapat. I'll update this over the weekend for sure. But right now, chat, we are 25 pesos in our 469 daily goal. But it's up to you, chat. Really, really up to you. Thank you for the support. And tuloy natin to. Let's keep watching. Whoa. Times like this, I really just truly want to believe that the earth is alive, you know? It's breathing, it's moving, it gets upset. And we are the pests that are just, we're the virus that's just making the world a worse planet. Larry, how long are you gonna be in vacation? Sabi ni MJ, lakas mo raw maka-memes. Ano ba utang mo sa mundong to, Gio? The world is alive, man. The earth is moving.
Bigyan mo ako ng isang...
Let's go! Chat, W Alex for the one gifted. Let's go. Lars, at ikaw ang nakinabang sa one gifted ni Alex. Thank you, Alex. 200 by Thursday, G. 200 by Thursday, chat. Alright, let's see. What do we have here? Nung di mo alam na Chinese restaurant pinasukan mo.
Bigyan mo ako ng isang adobo tsaka sinigang na hipon. Sir, wala po kaming ganun. Chinese restaurant po ito. Ganun ba? Sige.
Bro! This isn't gonna fly these days.
Here's something I wish I knew.
Bakit tunog tay? What's this? Do you all know how to fix the issue with Instagram missing features and malfunctioning on iPhone 16 Pro Max? Settled for this because phone was stolen. You settled, chat. Ephemeros. For those of you who don't know the lore, si Ephemeros nung isang araw ninakawan ng phone. Pero pinakapikon si Ephemeros. Okay, so here's the lore, okay? Ephemeros, nagkwento siya kagabi. Naglalakad siya from gym after midnight. Tatawid siya ng daan papunta sa grab niya. Hawak-hawak niya yung phone niya kasi ka-text niya yung grab car niya. Sabay, ninatchan siya ng phone ng riding in tandem. And pikon na pikon siya dahil bukod sa pagnakaw ng phone niya, kinancel pa yung grab niya. Understandably, right? Like, it makes sense for them to cancel the grab, otherwise they would be tracked by the GPS. So ngayon ang tanong ni Ephemeros, nagsettle lang siya sa iPhone 16 Pro Max. Okay? But yeah, what's the question here? Yeah. What do you mean by missing features and malfunctioning for IG? Yeah, dini-activate na raw ni Ephemeros. Ayun. Sabi ni Ephemeros, yeah, Ron, ako rin sinisipon. Ron, what are you doing on TikTok? Come over here to YouTube. Yeah, what features are missing? Let us know. Alright, we move on. Memes and links, let's go. Brain rot lang tayo chat ngayon, ha? What do we have here?
I'm making lumpia for the first.
Robin Padilla. Mafia Edition.
Time. Come and join me. I was craving lumpia the other day and I didn't know the recipe, so I called up my mother. I'm half Filipino. A lot of people assume that I'm a dad. Nay, nay. I'm just a zesty white boy. But I called up my mother the other day. I'm like, hey, Ma, what's your lumpia recipe? I crave. I have a craving. She's like, ay, Eldon, you want to know how to make lumpia? I teach you how to make lumpia. Those of you who are like, what the crap is lumpia? It's like a Filipino egg roll that's real thin and it's real tasty and usually made with ground pork, onion, carrot.
Yo, thank you, Ron.
Things. Some people like to grate their onions. I'm not one of those type of people because I got sensitive eyeballs and I'd rather cut it, because if you grate it, well, good luck, pal, because you're gonna be crying at the store. In this household, we just dice our onions real fine, like. Yeah, look at that. Look at it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now that I'm looking at it, I think it's too much onion. Yeah, you cook with a heart. I am, however, gonna grate my carrot, because you know what I do. This is what's gonna happen if you treat my sisters wrong. Don't cut your hand.
What's this? You can't even open Reels? Why don't you reset it to factory defaults, Ephemeros? Something feels like something's wrong with the phone itself. Kailangan mo yata siguro i-ano yan. Hard reset. Wala, MJ. Eating a carrot raw is very hardcore.
Good heavens. I take you a little bit of ground pork. You put it in paper, but I'm out. Out of garlic powder. So I guess we're just gonna probably get enough. Yeah. I embarrass myself because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. If I remember properly, I think she takes a bit of.
No, man. I feel like if we eat the carrot raw, it's gonna be tough on your stomach.
The meat. Puts it like somewhere around here.
Monster lumpia.
What am I? I'm so lost. Mother, help me,
Really?
please. And she takes a bit of water. She puts the water on the corner.
My teeth could never yell.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, that don't look too bad.
Monster lumpia, bro.
Say, Bobby, I'm on like number 10. I think I'm fine. As my mother says, she says, Elton,
show
you
the
have to remember
finished
to put them in the
product.
fridge. Whenever I'm done with that, you gotta let them sit in the...
Celery, do you eat it raw? Ano ulit ng celery? Pechay? Nah, I don't think pechay ito. Nah. Siguro steamed. Like, I guess I avoid raw vegetables as much as I can, chat. Unless salad siya, alam niya yun. Pero madalas steamed talaga eh. Just like, what's that? Bok choy. Ano ang bok choy? Yan, steamed din yan. I could never raw. Sobrang pait. By the time magluluto, by the time i-shoot na yung carrots, ubus na yung carrots. Yeah. Yeah, that could be another one. Ephemeros, kailangan mo siguro i-update yung phone mo. Alright, a lot of election memes here.
Long time no see.
Okay. 101-year-old senior citizen kabilang sa maagang bumoto sa Pasig City. Let's go!
Difficult on my end because, like, I'm doing this for work. You know how crazy Vitaly gets. Like, that's how it is. Like,
is this guy still alive?
You watch Vitaly, that's what you get. Like, the crazy shit. Like, so when it comes to turning this camera off. It's just very knows. Like the people in my chat really know. Like it's fucking hard, bro.
Huh? That wasn't a very good excuse. Ano ulit yung pangalan niya? Vitaly. He could be live now. Cameraman. Anybody remember his name? Sly Kane. There you go. Bet you he was live earlier. 7 hours ago.
I never got pressured by him before, where everyone was like, "Galing yan."
For you, okay, just for you. Ken, when are we going to see Choco? For that, every Wednesday. So that's why. And we...
Pero masarap siya kasi mango. Pero I thought it was like, I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was cheese.
Dude, hirap no? Hey Hans. Hirap being live 20... Imagine being live 6 hours of your day IRL. Bro, that's so tough.
In my head, I'm expecting cheese.
And it's not like they're doing content.
It's mango.
It's not like they're doing content when they're doing IRL. They're doing IRL as in day in the life. So how much of your life is actually curated for viewers to see versus how much is it actually real? Really, really tough. I'm not clowning on them or I'm not bashing their content style. I'm saying it's a difficult approach to doing IRL streams. Kasi dapat parang ano sila eh, diba? They're living their lives lang, kumbaga.
That yellow thing, chat, was mango. Sarap din siya. Baby tomatoes. Let's go.
Ayan o.
Teka, hingian mo na lang si Ann.
Oh, this is at
Tapos
SM North.
Sige, ang stick ko.
Chat. SM North Supremacy, press 1. Planned na lahat yan the night before. I suppose.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oof.
I mean, he's a serious creator.
I'm tired carrying all the stuff.
Different kind of creator to be a IRL streamer for sure.
So the point is...
Ano kasi yan ga? Map yan eh. Help me. Squeeze it, man. Do another taste test.
Like, how much of your content do you have to censor out because it's too sensitive for people to hear? Hirap. Yeah. Like, mahirap yung ginagawa nila. I imagine too how something happens, you can't exactly talk about it on camera because you're live. No, you can't talk about it with your family because you're live. Could be. Like, I wouldn't know, right? Because I'm not a IRL streamer. I just recognize how tough it is. Like, you can't even talk about anything. Yeah. Whatever it is though, he's at large for a lot of people because ano siya, cameraman ni Vitaly for that time, right? LOL! Sara Diskaya tas sumisigaw ng Vico.
Na 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 na. We're completely fucked, completely fucked. We're completely fucked.
Wait. Legal mindset? May pinapapanood sa atin si Riza kagabi for Vitaly. Where's Vitaly? There you go.
Hey everyone, Legal Mindset here. Wanted to give you an update on the Vitaly situation because we have some new news. Of course, I'm on vacation, but because that's something that Vitaly and Somali cannot do at all right now, I figured it's a good time to give a quick update, especially since there's a little bit of misinformation out there and also some new news to update people on, which I've just come into possession of today. So I can now disclose you more information about Vitaly, some of which I've been holding on for a while, some of which I've been, keeping in the pocket, and some of which came out today. So, of course, Vitaly is still in the Philippines. He has not been deported to the U.S. or to Russia or really to anywhere pending his trial, which is expected to take 2 to 3 years to get to the trial, at which point he will be sentenced. The expectation is at least a couple years. Now, some people have said it could be up to 31 years. I don't think that's going to be the case. I, in fact, think that it'll be a smaller amount of time, a lesser amount of time. However, I think it will be a significant amount of time. I don't think it's going to be, 6 months. I think a year, 2 years, 3 years would be enough, particularly since he was pending, 2 years in jail and another year or two. I think that would be sufficient, but we'll see what he ultimately gets. So a lot of people have been talking about potentially delivering food to Vitaly, saying that they're going to bring him food, they're going to hook him up. That is absolutely not happening. I can confirm that Vitaly is not getting food runs from supporters. There are some crazy supporters out there that do indeed support Vitaly, despite all of his insanity. But he is not getting food. There's a lot of reasons for that. First of all, his aunties, his haters, could bring him tainted food. And if they just allowed any food by, well, then he could get poisoned. And, of course, they're not going to be able to test the food. They can't run tests on every piece of food, every sandwich, every burger, every piece of spaghetti or Jollibee that gets brought into...
Is he in the Philippines? He looks like he's in the Philippines.
Vitaly. So because of that, and because they can't really do anything to test that, they are absolutely not allowing food to be brought in, and that's something that is not happening right now. If it does change, or if there's some sort of circumstance that we get knowledge of, we'll let you know, but that is not happening as of date. The other thing is Vitaly is having a really bad time in prison.
How does he know this information? Ito yung sinabi ni Riza na nagtaka ako kung paano niya nakuha yung information eh.
Now tell you that he is having reactions, he is having arrhythmias. People are speculating in the prison this may be due to withdrawal, whether that's from drugs or steroids or whatever else, but he is having severe...
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense na nakaka-experience siya ng withdrawals.
Or intense health issues, which we're going to follow up on, but they're not going to release him for that. They're taking care of that in the hospital. He's, of course, not going to die. He'll be fine, but he's not going well in jail. So it may be that he was on substances or hopped up on some sort of steroid or something else that was changing his brain chemistry and just making him enter, demon time or go crazy. We're going to have to see that as it goes, but of course I'm going to keep you posted on all updates Vitaly, whether that's the court case, whether that's his health, the jail, and we're still working on to see if we can get some footage from inside the jail. If we can do that, that'd be great. I also will have an interview on Friday. I'm not sure when it'll be published, but I'll be doing it on Friday with Eric with a big...
Oh, makes sense then. So nasa Pilipinas siya ngayon. Like we see tropical trees there. My guess is could be like, is that the beach? Is that the beach down there? The way, ganda ng camera niya. Filming at the back cam of his iPhone. Looks like it. Bali. Oh, I totally missed that one. Yeah, I really want to see how this might go down. It might take some time daw, di ba? Bago magsimula yung trials. And you know what? I'm more curious to see what Vitaly is gonna look like during the trials. Because for sure, ano na yun, nangayayat yun if he's not on his steroid cycle anymore. So more than him losing weight because of probably poor nutrition, I genuinely believe people are gonna be shocked at what he looks like when he's off the orange juice. Tara, tara, Blue Skies, G. Sige ba, Bao? Bao, ba't wala na naman badge yung pangalan mo, Bao? Bao, let's get that membership going. Please become a member, Bao. I wonder, no, kung ano yung dynamic niya sa current na kulungan. Okay, what else do we have here? Hey, why not? Padala Ninong. W. Nanya. Oh, pinuso na SWG chat. Has anybody heard from SWG? She hasn't replied to me. I sent her a message this morning. Sabi ko kay SWG ko okay lang siya. Kamustahin nyo naman, chat? Usually parati yun na andito eh. Ngayon biglang nawala. Yeah. Hope she's doing good. Could be very stressed from work. Yeah.
We've got breaking news out of the boxing world where Manny
Oh yeah, tatakbo lalaban si Manny.
Pacquiao will be ending his 4-year retirement to square off against Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. That's according to ESPN.
Bro.
That bout will take place on July 19th in Las Vegas. Pacquiao's last.
So I've seen enough Joe Rogan podcasts to realize that fighters daw are the most stubborn athletes because it's so hard for them to come to terms with their inevitable aging, and with that comes their loss of elite ability, loss of athleticism, and kumbaga their brains are just so wired differently na gusto nila maging fighter, and they're just so hardened by all the training, all the brutality, all the physical exercise, pati yung fights mismo, that it becomes hard for them to go away from that life. So yeah, that's why it's no surprise to see Pacquiao falling into the same kind of path na kahit ano age lalaban siya. Say what you want, right? You could say na hindi, pera gusto niya, or he wants to just, generate easy money, but it's not just that, chat. Imagine putting your legacy on the line trying to fight at such an age. This one, title fight pa. Yeah. Yeah, it's just hard for them to go away from this kind of life.
Last fight came all the way back in August of 2021 when he lost the WBA super welterweight title by unanimous decision to Yordenis Ugas. Prior to that fight, Pacquiao, who is the first and the only 8-division champion, will be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, hirap eh. Hirap for them to leave that life, especially when it's what made them do. Imagine fighting, imagine doing one thing for the last 30 years of your life. Didn't Pacquiao start boxing in his mid-teens? 46 na siya ngayon. Can you imagine doing one thing for 30 years? Favorite ko yung TV ads na Rhino glue ba yun? Yung i-glues yung sapatos tapos ibabaliktad yung tao. You guys remember that glue? Padala ni Tisay. this one, Gen Alpha slang.
Bro, it's almost been a year and people still comment on my videos that they cannot unsee the little man trapped in a big man costume. So long story short, I made a video talking about if you look at a bodybuilder's head and traps and then look at the rest of their body, it almost looks like there's a little dude trapped in a big man muscle suit. And the reason why you see this type of illusion in bodybuilding is because their traps get so big, it looks like regular people's shoulders. If you still don't know what I'm quite talking about, just look at this picture above. All you have to do to see this little like...
No, I don't want to watch this anymore. No. Chat, my Discover feed has a lot of bodybuilders in it. So I don't want to not unsee it, okay? I want to unsee this right now, so I'm not going to finish the rest of this video. Yeah, chat. I'm a bodybuilder fan. Like, I'm a professional bodybuilder fan. Not the biggest, but I love me my C-Bum. Used to be a Jeremy Buendia fan before he fell off. Of course, Ronnie Coleman, diba? Bulldog Super Glue. Thank you for the correction, really. Sabi ni Dong, saw this video on TikTok, and as someone who has watches PBB, matagal ko nang iniisip sino kamukha niya, and I think you would also agree. Ako lang ba o kamukha niya si Carlos? Nah. Maybe the nose? Nah. I don't know, Chad. I don't know. I don't think we look alike. Ito ba yung Vince Maristella? Is this the Vince Maristella? Chad, why is this guy topless? I see it though. I see it. Probably the eyes. Siya yung walang ambag sa group projects / thesis. Oh, di actually same pala kami. Just kidding. I am so sick right now. You can hear it in my voice already. I think we've gone too far back already. Okay, anything else you want to talk about, chat, before we wrap this stream up? Bread and butter niya, pagiging topless. I guess in that case, I should follow his lead. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Anything else, chat? Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap the stream up? Please don't forget to keep sending memes and links, okay? Please keep sending memes and links. We definitely go back to it every so often. On Monday, we are going to be having a... I sent the updated stream schedule here. So, we tried to do Petty Revenge today, thinking na puro videos siya. But apparently, it's just a lot of text, and I'm not in the proper condition to be reading through long walls of texts. So we might just visit this again sometime in the future. And then on Monday, hopefully I get well over the weekend. I will. On Monday, tiering all local childhood snacks tayo. So, mga favorite natin when we were kids. Anywhere from Jack and Jill na mga pretzels to chocolate goodies, to ano yung tawag sa marshmallow na chocolate? Wiggles yun. Yan. Let's not forget, I'll try to see kung pasok sa budget ang Choco Baby. But yeah, chat, on Monday, yun yung gagawin natin. We will tier all local childhood snacks. Wiggles! There you go, Wiggles. No, I'm live on YouTube. That's where I'm normally at. Chocomalo. Oh, wow.
Tralalero tralala.
Let's go. Tralalelo tralala. Bombardilo, Crocodilo. Chat. Let's try to, how about we close tonight's member goal a little bit higher? Right? Why don't we try to hit 160 tonight? If hindi pa kayo members, please consider becoming a member. If member na kayo, consider spreading the love and sharing it to others. I'm trying to see if there's something we haven't yet talked about, but I think we more or less have everything done. I'll try to watch Thunderbolts over the weekend. They say it's a really good movie, but the reason why I can't watch it is because I've just been so busy. W Mommy Keiko for that. W Baby Zach as well for the Tralalelo Tralala. Oh, and if you didn't notice, look at what's behind me. Syempre, di niyo mapapansin. But, tinetest run ko na yung mga air purifiers. So far, so good. Not very noisy. Keeping the PM 2.5, which is a marker apparently for how clean the air is. Well below 5. So, below 5 is the ideal PM. Okay? So that thing works. You may have not noticed it also, but I have this right here beside me. So, say hi, chat. So, tinetesting ko na rin yung CCTV. So, yeah, lots of things being tested right now. And I'm getting more sick. I feel like maybe I should hit the gym. Maybe that's right. Maybe kailangan natin mag-gym. Maybe that's what's bothering us right now. Kailangan natin magbuhat. Maybe that's why I'm sick. I only lifted once this week. May coffee and protein pa rin ba? Wala na. Wala na, Mrs. Arroyo. How do you know coffee and protein? Sweat it out. You know what? You know what, chat? I'm in a very privileged very privileged position to talk about this right now. But check this out. Check this out. I didn't wake up to my alarm today. And check out how long I slept today. Ain't that crazy? No, this is not my sleep goal. I overslept. As in, feeling ko dahil may sakit ako. Hindi lang 10 hours, man. 10 hours, 41 minutes. Live schedule. No, Chad, I'm flexing on you right now. We're not talking about 10 hours here. That's rookie numbers compared to how much I fell asleep for. 10 hours, 41 minutes. You know, when I woke up, alam niyo yung mental clarity na, yung talagang feeling niyo, wow, where am I? It's not even brain fog. It's like pure mental clarity. Parang lahat ng dumi ng utak mo, lahat ng brain rot na refresh. But then, a few hours later, I'm in this position right now. Medyo physically unwell. Hopefully, when I go to the gym later, walang tao. I really will hit the gym. Because meron akong pinangakuan na ihahatid sa run niya mamayang 3 a.m. And since I did oversleep, I thought that it would be best if I just worked out after the stream and dire-diretso na ako. Yeah, man. Again, super privileged position. You guys make this kind of career for me possible, so I'm very, very thankful for you, chat. Thank you for always spending time and being very generous with my lateness. Come this June, I think we're gonna be seeing really big changes, especially since we're gonna be moving out to a new home already. And I want to take you along with me. I think it would be very nice na every step of the journey, magkakasama tayo. So thank you also for making that possible. Okay. For now, I think this is where the stream ends. DJ, hit up the outro music. Come on, DJ. Hurry up, man. There you go. 12 hours na late magsundo. What's this? You know what I do miss doing above all? I miss playing with Benny Fam. I miss playing Valorant, man. Good night, Alex. Thank you, by the way, to Barnes for the 5 gifted, to Alex for the 1 gifted, Mommy Keiko for the TTS, Gio for the TTS, Pickled Cucumber for starting tonight's TTS. If I'm not mistaken, who dropped our super chat right now? Our 25 pesos of super chat. Was it BLs or CJ or Lost One? Bills. Oh, thank you, Bills. Thank you for that. Let's try to make a run for 200 members next week, chat. Let's go. Let's try to make a run for 200 members next week. Let's just fix this. Gawin natin 75. There you go. Para sakto sa Madlibs natin. I want to give a huge shout out as well to the mods who were present here earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Napadaan lang yata si Paring Ray, but Barnes was here the entire time. W's to Lost One. Thank you so much for this. Who else do we have here? Sa mga tumambay, Alex, Machine Keys, Jenner, Riza, Barnes, Yel, Biels, MJ. By the way, Dom, the schedule is a live stream schedule. My eyes hurt. Gio, Jenner, Larry, Charlemagne, Christian. Wow, si Christian. Andito sa stream. And everybody else that I failed to mention. Thank you so much for tonight. I'll see you on Monday. Please take care. Don't get sick like me. And stay dry. Iwas sa basa, chat. More water. Decolgen Pro Max Ultra. Alright, chat. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.